the end of the year is always extremely tough, and we know Wisconsin's a very good team, and there's games that they obviously can win and come back from. They play exceptionally hard, and when we got ahead by 20, they cut it to 9. So we knew that they were going to have that run, but it comes down to rebounding and our transition offense, and I thought we obviously finished the game very well.
April, you have not shot real well from three-point range during the Big Ten season, but you did today. They left you open for a couple early. Do you feel like you have to hit those, and was it nice to finally get some to go down?
Yeah, I mean, when they're playing off me and I'm wide open like that, I got to be confident, step up, and take the shot. I have been missing the conference play, but everything's just been short, and I just got to get it up and lift my shot.
When they're denying Courtney the way that they did and other teams have done, I mean, you find yourself in a more scores mentality at that point?
Definitely, because Courtney's obviously our leading scorer, and when she's out, I just feel like I have to step up and either set people up or knock down the open shot.
Whitney, what do you think about the way that she's played here recently? It seems like she's doing a pretty good job of not only scoring but setting some others up. I think a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio today.
I think April's doing a great job. Once KK went down, she stepped up for us amazingly. She's been leading us, and just the little things that she does, knocking down shots when we need her to, and communicating and really running the offense for us, and setting the tone on defense too.
April, was there an emphasis at halftime of getting the ball inside?
Yeah, that was from the beginning of the game, actually. High-low was what we wanted to do all game, and we weren't really doing it in the first half, but we started getting inside in the second half.
Whitney, you probably felt like you missed some shots that were available to you there, but did you feel like you guys had did you feel like you had some advantages inside and eventually shots would start to fall a little bit?
Obviously my shot wasn't on today and I was in a slump, but my teammates, they had confidence in me and they just kept encouraging me to shoot. It was shots that I felt like I could knock down. It just wasn't on for me today. But Coach, she's telling me to go inside and attack more. Don't settle for the jump shot as much. And Lisa and Camille, we all started taking it to them, so I feel like we were able to establish a post more in the second half than in the first half.
Is it hard when you hit your first jumper, though?
I know! What was up with that? It was misleading. But, yeah, that was interesting.
April, you had 3 straight transition baskets, I think, there early on in the second half that sort of gave you the pretty good sized cushion. Just, it's been the case all season long a little bit, right? Just when you're able to get out and run a little bit, you can get some things going.
When our offense is in a slump, we have to get out of it, obviously. And I love transition ball. We don't have to set anything up and just go. That's what I love doing.
You guys a little bit more engaged defensively in the second half, maybe to start some of those fast breaks?
Yeah. When we get after it defensively, that honestly is our offense right there. So once we get after it, we can get transition buckets.
Sharon, what do you think about what April's done here recently, and today her ability to hit some shots for you too when they were paying so much attention to Courtney?
Well, I think the big change for April since KK's gone down is that she's on one of the better players all the time. So defensively, she's wearing herself down, and so some of her shots were short. And she's playing about 35 to 38 minutes, which she wasn't before. So I think she's handled that very well. And I talked to her today, get the hand underneath the ball and lift, and you're going to make threes all day, and I was trying to be the shot doctor. I told her she was going to have 14 points, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, and she beat what I told her to do today. So, that was fantastic. And April's a big key. I mean, point guards are the catalyst of the team. It's how she goes is how we go. And that takes, that takes a lot for a young kid, but she's been in that situation even last year, so we're very, very fortunate we have her.
For her to find the balance of scoring and also getting her other players involved, but not really suffering anything on the defensive end either. Was this one of her most complete games in a while?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you're looking at her stats, the rebounds and her steals, and April barely ever plays out of control. She always knows what she's doing. She always knows who's shooting well, where we need to get the ball. She's a very unselfish player. But when you have numbers like this, and if we can, if she can score 10 points or more, it's fantastic. But she has to be the catalyst on both ends of the floor, and she played phenomenal today.
April, with Courtney playing the point for a little bit there in the second half, how was it being off the ball?
It was good because obviously they're not playing on me. So if we go inside and they were doubling, kickouts are wide open, and fortunately I was knocking down a 3 today. So it's different, but we're getting used to it.
What did you think about, Sharon, about Courtney at the point? sort of an effort to get them out of some of those junk defenses a little bit, or why that change?
Well, just having her come off an on-ball screen. So if two people are guarding her, somebody else is going to be wide open. When she's being chased, if she's trying to come off of screens without the ball in her hand, it's a little bit more difficult, and April was knocking down shots. And when we've used KK, Courtney, and April all interchangeable, they all can play 1, 2, or 3, and they know every position. So, and it takes a lot of pressure off for April sometimes. Let me just relax, take a breath, standing in the corner. Even that 5 seconds really helps, rather always having to concentrate to dribble, call the offense, how the people are defending us. So, Courtney was able to, I wanted to see how they're going to play. And they played man-to-man, they went under screens, and Courtney was able to knock down a couple shots, and then that just opened everything else up.